As you guys know, I have always had these front runners for Sally, but I've never bought the Skinnies. Well, I finally did. We got the Hoosiers to match the rear Hoosier bead locks, and these are in the 28 by 4.5 by 18 measurement. So I'm going to the dyno today with the car, and I figured, you know what, the same shop could probably mount up my tires to my Skinnies because I can't do this at home by myself. I don't have them little mounting machines. So without further ado, let's head to the dyno and get these mounted. You guys are going to be able to see this car on a full drag pack by the end of this video, which is going to be awesome. These are Forgestar D5. These match my bead locks. That's the front runner. Then we have the Hoosiers right here, 28 by 4.5 by 18. You can see it on the label right there. And these are going to get slapped on. Managed to fit my bead locks in there. So 2 wheels and tires. Also fit my Skinnies, which are right there. Front runner on each side. So this car is fully packed, but if you ever tried to do this in a Camaro, it would not be possible. They do not have the same amount of room whatsoever.
A few moments later.
Okay, so let's go ahead and throw on the entire thing on the car. It's gonna look pretty nasty. You vividly see the size difference between the 305 daily street tire and the Skinny. So the Skinny is like a quarter of the size. And why is that? Well, you want to reduce unsprung weight and unsprung mass because rotational inertia, if you have like more mass rotating further from the axis of the wheel, an overall heavier wheel, the car is slower because it has to work harder to spin the same wheel. So that's why people run Skinnies for weight reduction and basically to ensure that the car will go quicker, less weight. Now we can officially let her down. Oops. Wasn't too slow, but that's fine. That looks sick. Tire gap is definitely more apparent. The springs need to settle in a little more, but obviously it's a lower profile tire than what I have. So you can see how heavy my street tire is and street wheel combo. If I had to guess, it's probably around 60 or 70 pounds. I mean, it's pretty difficult for me to lift. Now you can see the weight reduction here with this, just judging by the fact that I picked it up like that. I don't have to do all that, so it's pretty light. Be the full drag pack on the car, both sides. I lowered it. Yeah, looks pretty freaking sick with the tire letters. Now I do want to show you all what John's drag pack looks like in comparison. And then tomorrow we're actually gonna get some clips in the sunlight because he's off of work. So let's pull John's car around and then I'll bring it in here and you guys can see the difference between the 315 versus what I have on my car. Ended up just complaining to me about that. We will not be doing that again. That is my fault. I woke up his 5-year-old granddaughter when I started John's car. His car's so loud. It's probably louder than Sally, but now you can see the drag pack. Let's look at it compared to the VMS's. So John actually has like a 19 going on and then a 315 in the back. I only have a 28 by 11.5, so it's not as wide. And my aspect ratio is a little bit shorter. Said though, let me know which one you like better. I think I like John's 315 a little more because the tire poke makes it look very aggressive. I do like the tire letters of the Hoosiers though. Definitely cooler on mine. I know I actually had a drop in fuel rail pressure and I think I know why. So the car only made 870 when it should be making over 900. That's because it was starved of fuel. And I think it has something to do with my boost reference line. So I'll be fixing that tomorrow because I need a little bit more vacuum line. You can see that open barb right there. And we're gonna connect that to the fuel regulator after we do some supply runs and that type of stuff. Actually what had happened when I first installed the ESS kit is I boost referenced for the ESS off of the intake manifold off of this rear barb. So there's a barb on the back of the intake manifold and I ran that to the regulator right here. Now apparently that is not getting an accurate boost reading, so on the dyno the car is dropping fuel rail pressure and that's not good. So we need fuel for this or it's gonna go boom, and the solution here is to run it off of my blow-off valve line now and see if my fuel rail pressure goes up along with the pump pressure, because if it gets an inaccurate boost reference reading, it doesn't know how much boost to supply or how much fuel to supply with that amount of boost, if that makes sense. So that regulator goes up whenever you're like going into boost, and it needs that boost reference off of the blower, which comes from this line that goes to the blow-off valve, and then it corresponds to how much boost it's seeing and ups the pressure. So if that doesn't work, you're not getting fuel, and we need to fix that tomorrow. Actually be able to use the drag pack and do some practice hits, maybe even go to the track. I'm curious to see what my 60 to 130 is now. Should be in the high fours if I had to guess, because I have weight reduction and I did a 5.9 at 790 wheel horsepower. If I make over 900, I think we could get the high fours or maybe like a 5.1, possibly. I got the manual though, that definitely slows it down.
The next day.
What I ended up doing to fix this hole, or hopefully fix the fuel pressure drop, is I capped the manifold right there. You can see that cap. John just grabbed my butt. And then I also capped the back wherever I had it tapped before. So this vacuum line that you see right here used to go on the back right there. And I guess you can't boost reference there because it's not accurate. Now, instead of doing that, I referenced it off of this T, which goes to the blow-off valve line and goes there. So if you want to run a boost reference, you need to do it to the blow-off valve line. I mean, it's in the instructions for the ESS. I just thought it was okay because my Whipple setup was tapped off the back of the Whipple, but I guess it's not okay for this setup. How crazy this car looks with the side exit, the full drag pack. Yeah, that's menacing. I need to change the rear lights back to purple or something to match the calipers, but man, oh man, that's mean. Like, open up those headlights and do some RGB to it too. So I could do like red on the top and the bottom, like Darren's. That would be freaking sick. Really need to see if that was the fix though with the regulator reference. So we'll see, you know, when we get some better weather. This angle before it starts raining too hard. Sheesh. Definitely don't recommend driving with these in the rain. You know, it was super sketch. I could feel it hydroplaning. I didn't even drive in the rain. It was just a little bit moist out, as you all can tell, but yeah, don't recommend it. The front runners also like pick up everything in the road, so if there's any unevenness in the road, they'll shoot towards where that unevenness is, so it definitely makes it squirm. That's a recipe for disaster if it is truly raining out. So I'll never drive this in the pure rain. I'm about to get a pump at Planet Fitness though, because the new house doesn't have my gym near it and no good gyms, so we're stuck at Planet Fitness. Honestly, looking kind of mid right now. But yeah, we are finished with this back and by day. So hard to get a proper back flex like this.
3 days later.
Go ahead and do the oil change on the ESS G3X before we go ahead and do that data log for the fuel system. So it's super simple. We're just going to need to remove this vent plug right here and then this drain plug, suck out the old oil, see how that looks, and then put in some more of this stuff. So it's pretty easy. Suppose I'll see how this oil looks in just a second. Slowly but surely, here comes all that old oil. But there is the old oil. It is a little glittery. You can see a little bit of it, but I think that's normal, you know, for a break-in especially. We can go ahead and fix that broken fog light that went out literally at the dyno day. Easy dubs, boys, easy. Last little bit of maintenance that I wanted to do was throw in both of my fender liners. So I've got them right here. Let's put them in. They've been off the car for like, I don't know, a year now. Back in is always a blast, but thankfully it's not terribly difficult or time consuming. You just find the holes and put the pop clips in. Throw on this brand new belly pan from a 2017 V6 Mustang. So pre-facelift S550, and that's gonna prevent the bumper from like folding on itself. I think I mentioned that earlier on, but yeah. 777 recommended this one to fix that problem. The amount of stuff I just zip tied to fit that belly pan is crazy, but I'm not complaining if it works. So I didn't have any of the bolts, nothing, but you can see the belly pan is now installed on the Mustang, so we shouldn't have the bumper flexing like that anymore. Right now, if I fix that fueling issue in the Mustang with the boost reference line, so I hope that's the case. We'll see right now. There is so much traffic today out here in Mexico. It's not possible, so I'm gonna have to find another road because You never know how people are gonna react to it, right? If I floor it and then someone's in the right-hand lane, they might get scared and swerve. I've had that happen to me before, or I've had them completely cut me off. So I'd rather just do it in another area where there's no traffic. My fender liner and my belly pan just ripped off and got obliterated into a million pieces. Kid you guys not, I think I saw that on the side of the road just now. Good news here is that the car is running well, because obviously it hit Mock Jesus and then the splitter ripped off. I literally just put this belly pan on, bro. What is this luck? Like, I put that belly pan fender liner combo in so that the bumper wouldn't flex anymore. I guess that made it too rigid. The front splitter caught air when I was doing 150 out here in Mexico, and it just ripped the splitter off and took the belly pan with it, because the belly pan's attached to the splitter. So we've got a completely destroyed Mach 1 bumper now. Like, that's not even savable anymore, okay? Thankfully, Mo from Auto Addict sent me another one. We'll have to use that. Let's pick up my fender liner, see if we can salvage that, throw it in the trunk, maybe reuse it, and then I'll go pick up my belly pan from the middle of the road. It's over there. I think bro likes the bead locks. That's an interesting critter. Wow. Never seen something like that before in Florida. The pan looks somewhat salvageable. I don't know, but that bumper is done. Even the fog light brackets are broken. Another day, another nightmare. All right, let's see if we can give it a rip ski. We'll do it in third to 7,500.
Later.
A little bit of an unfortunate turn of events within this video, but if you guys enjoyed it, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and we've got tons of vlogs coming.